pleading if somebody could please help me. I just noticed that the camera stopped running, so now I see that the second is running again. And so as I said, today is Thursday, February 14th, 2019, and I had received this form. It's from the Housing Authority, and that was for the recertification inspection on Wednesday, February 6th, 2019, between 9 and 4 p.m. And he came in the late afternoon. I see the timer on the camera stopped again, so now I see it's rolling again. So I received this form, and it was for the recertification from the Housing Authority for the Section 8 housing here through the VA VASH. And as I don't know if it recorded it, but the inspector came late in the afternoon on that Wednesday. And as I've been telling them for 2 years now, I'm packed, almost packed, and waiting to get to a safe environment. And I had tried. I got a portability voucher, and I was going to leave the state, and they stopped me from leaving, and instead they sabotaged my portability voucher through the Contra Costa County Housing Authority and through the VA HUD-VASH program. And so the inspector was here on that Wednesday, and I showed him that the electricity was still partially not working. And he walked around. Then when he came to the bathroom, he noticed the tank top was open on the toilet. And I mentioned, as he noticed, that it's not flushable because the mechanism doesn't work. So then a couple of days later, I get this notice, and this is their inspection report. And let's see if I could do this. So it says right here, it doesn't focus on it very well, but it says all rooms very cluttered, safety hazard. But it wasn't on here last year, and it's pretty much the same. I haven't really unpacked any boxes except for some clothes. I took some clothes out of some boxes and a few kitchen things. But nothing on here says anything about the partial electrical outage, and I still don't have full electricity here. And there's nothing on here about the toilet tank flushing mechanism not working. So that's scary. And then of course it shows on here that they sent it to the landlord, and it says that the reinspection is on March 5th at 2019 between 9 and 4 p.m. And so on the calendar, so here's February, and I did mark that for the housing inspection. And then so here's March 5th, and it's just 19 days away. And this is another threat to me that they're going to put me out in the street. And so I'm just pleading if somebody could intervene. I have tried to post on Facebook pleading, please somebody help me. I live at 1624 LaSalle Street in Martinez, California, USA. Please somebody help me move. This is, the government is so debauched and debased. I proved it. And they denied me my rights in my civil case, Mink versus Encina Veterinary Clinic, Incorporated et al., where I had the evidence that proved that I was defrauded by the vet practice. Plus, I had a right to sue letter from the California Veterinary Medical Board for a fee dispute, regarding the fee dispute, that they determined that it was regarding a fee dispute, my fee dispute. Yet they conspired at the courthouse, the women, to destroy me, and they did. I didn't know it at the time. I was just following the law books, writing the legal documents to the best of my ability. And at times, yes, I made mistakes, as I mentioned in another YouTube video, but overall, I just kept on following the laws and writing my legal briefs according to the law books. And then you have to understand the legal theory, and you have to include your information, the facts based on the evidence. In fraud cases, though, you do have to, according to the law, write who, what, when, where, why. You have to be very descriptive and very detailed about the other accounts that occurred. Here it is. That was filed in April of 2008, and now it's February of 2019, and again, the government, the legal system is trying to kill me. I see the camera just moved, so let's see if I could fix that. And they have already demolished my home that I paid for $45,000 for in Concord. I paid with my own money from the sale of my condominium in Pleasant Hill, which was my first home. They took my car away. The people, the attorney who they appointed to me, Jane Elliott, had set me up and got two ex-Catholics who presented themselves through Jane that they were movers and they would pack my belongings and put them in storage and then return them to me. That didn't happen. My antique furniture was damaged. My most valuable items were stolen. I was left with the things that aren't as valuable. The place, I guess, was ransacked because when I went through my boxes that were in storage, they weren't my boxes anymore for the file boxes. Those were switched out. I had other things that were in boxes like photos in nice boxes, decorative boxes, and those were all misplaced and found in other boxes. I had other things that were gone. So I'm desperate. I'm helpless. I am scared of these government officials. They just keep playing game after game after game that's uncivilized. You talk about a country who is terrorizing Americans. It's happening right here. I'm an American. I was born in San Jose, California. I was raised in the Monterey area, just south of San Jose, California. I went to elementary school in California. I went to junior high school and high school in California. I went to the Academy of Art College and Laney College and the Peralta system here in California in the San Francisco Bay Area. I served the United States of America, enlisting in the U.S. Navy. Are you okay, Winnie? Winnie's just coughing. I am a taxpayer. I was working legitimately years after years, day and night, 1 to 4 jobs at one time, legitimate jobs, full-time job, early morning job, before my full-time job, several part-time jobs. When I went back to college in the 90s, I was working 3 or 4 jobs at one time, part-time jobs here and there. And I have done nothing wrong to this vet practice. Okay, for one, I don't even know the people except for taking Elvira to the vet practice when I had cares and concerns for her. I did not take all of my pets to Encina. I'm noticing the timer. I just want to make sure that the camera's still rolling. I took Papa Cat there, my beloved Papa Cat, and I was told to put him to sleep by Dr. Roger Johnson, and I did through a third party because I wanted Papa Cat to be comfortable at home, and that was done as the Dr. Roger Johnson explained to me. I did not take Charlie to Encina, although Charlie was taken there by somebody else, but I did not take Charlie, my beloved cat, to Encina. Stella, my other beloved pug, did not go to Encina. I did not take my beloved rabbit Muffin to Encina. Elvira I adopted her, rescued her, and she came to me with health issues that normally a rescue group would take care of, but I ended up taking care of paying for through my own money that I earned as a I was saving up money as I worked at different places, and that money was from the internet startup company in Moraga, California. And then after I adopted Elvira, I did get another job as an accounts receivable and collections manager, and I paid for her first surgery through that money. I noticed that the camera just stopped again for about 10 seconds or more. So I'll repeat what I said, that I paid for Elvira's medical expenses through money that I earned through legitimate employment. I was working at a startup internet company in Moraga. And when I adopted Elvira, I had gotten a job as I just noticed the camera stopped again, and I was working legitimately, and I went and got a job working as an accounts receivable manager and account and collections manager after I adopted Elvira, and that's how I paid for her first surgery to correct some issues that were caused prior to me adopting her. She had chronic ear infections. She had a dry eye condition that needed regular tending to, and I adopted her knowing that. I was informed of that when I adopted her, and so I knew that she would need regular care. And so I had asked around for a veterinarian who could help with pug issues, because I had met somebody at the pet store, PetSmart, who had told me that her pug had died during a routine teeth cleaning, and she was just so upset that her pug had passed away. So I contacted several people, asked around, and I had gotten 2 references to specifically Dr. Roger Johnson at Encina Veterinary Hospital. That was the name that they were using on the outside of the building and on their letterheads, and they were known as, or AKA, also known as Encina Veterinary Clinic Incorporated. And so that's what happened with why I had to find a veterinarian for Elvira, and why the government, the local government, why the women at the Contra Costa County legal system want to kill me is beyond understanding. I'm just sickened. I'm not well physically. I'm just struggling just to maintain this, what's left of me. And again, I'm pleading, please, somebody help me. I've contacted so many people, and the government intercepts my pleas for help through my phone, through my emails, and they tell those people something where then they don't want to help me anymore, or they respond very bizarre to me and pretend like I'm lying or I'm exaggerating, or they pretend like my case doesn't exist, or I don't know what I'm talking about, or they never respond back. Several attorneys have just played a wicked game. And when I was trying to find an attorney for my civil case back in 2007, 2008, I didn't know that the system was so debauched and debased that they were preventing people from obtaining attorney representation. And so there were some very shocking events that took place. Like, I remember emailing an attorney called Stantler or something like that. And I was at the JFK University Law Library, and where you have to pay to use it, and you get a receipt. And I remember getting a response back saying that the timer on the camera just stopped, so I'll go back a little bit. An attorney named Stantzler or something like that, I had contacted through email asking for attorney representation in my civil case. And I get an email back from him telling me that he couldn't take the case. But then after that, the email disappeared. And I was shocked. And I remember telling the librarian at the JFK Law Library, where, as I mentioned, you have to pay to use their facility. And they do have to give you, or they do give you a receipt for payment. And I remember contacting Berg and Associates, and again, they are not responding appropriately. It's a trap, and I didn't know that back then. When you contact attorneys here, it's a trap. And so that trap is that they use your private information and it puts you on their list. It puts you on their destructive list to say something about you behind your back, and then everybody else or something then denies you, or something very cruel and inhumane, just completely like Nazi communism and mafia. So I didn't know that back then. And so still today, I'm scared that with this last letter telling me that my place is cluttered, knowing that the VA, I have sent them numerous emails with evidence that I proved that I was not only defrauded by the vet practice and that I have evidence to prove it, but I'm also the timer on the camera just stopped again for about 15 or so seconds. So I'll go back. I have sent numerous emails out to the case managers at the housing, where they know that I have evidence that I prove that I was defrauded by the vet practice, that I've evidence that I prove that the court system lied about me, not only lied about my mental state or my mental condition and my health condition, but that they set me up, and that's criminal behavior. That's hardcore criminal behavior. That's organized crime. Well, they're doing it too. They're doing it through the Contra Costa County Housing Authority. I mean, it's right here. Okay, it's evidence. It's right on there. And they're doing this through the VA. And again, the timer on the camera stopped. It's 17 minutes and 43 seconds that I'm into this, but it keeps stopping. So I will review the video. And I'm only have, as I mentioned, I have 19 days until this March 5th date for reinspection. I have nowhere to go. And every time I try to contact somebody or try to get services, when I try to contact somebody to please help me, they've already have known or have anticipated where I might be going because they've tracked me, and it's either on my cell phone, or I don't know if they put a GPS device on Winnie when he went in for surgery at the Tony LaRusse's Animal Rescue Foundation. I don't know how they're actually tracking me, but it's something that they are doing through me not knowing how they're tracking me. The camera timer keeps stopping, and I don't know how to keep it from stopping. So I may be repeating myself because I just don't know at what time it stops. I just look at it and then all of a sudden I see, oh, the timer has stopped. So as I mentioned, I don't know how to get help. They've blocked me from nextdoor.com from asking for help. That was some time ago. I posted that on Facebook. They recently stopped me from posting on patch.com, pleading for help, asking for anybody and everybody to please demand justice and to stop this cruelty that they're perpetrating on me for being a decent citizen. They have gotten It stopped again. So I think I was saying that I keep asking for help, and they have tracked me. And so every time I go ask for help, they have been intercepting. And as I mentioned, nextdoor.com blocked me. Nextdoor.com has blocked me, and recently patch.com has blocked me. And so every time I try to ask for help, nobody's helping me. And Facebook, I have no idea at what level they've blocked my post. I have no idea. I know that some of my photos have been blocked, that they've either removed them or deactivated the timeline photo albums and that mobile uploads photo albums and so forth. As I said again, this is 19 days left. It's my right. It was my property. I'm the one that bought my home in Concord. My family has nothing to do with it. My blood family has nothing to do with it. I haven't seen them for 20 years or something like that. They have nothing to do with it. On top of that, if you have family members, and there's millions of people who have family members that don't, that just stopped again, so I'll start again. Millions of families, millions of people come from families that don't support them. So you go on your way, you live your life. You do the best that you can. I mean, during the 20s and 30s, men would hop on a train and go across country and start their life all over again, and they would never even see their family again. I mean, this is how bizarre these people are treating me. Like I'm some kind of, that I'm so scummy that I'm not even worth the time of day to even acknowledge that I am even remotely human in any way or form. And this is coming from the Catholic, cruel Catholic MO that I talk about in my articles. I also wanted to mention that they're treating me like I'm a sex addict, like I'm a prostitute, like I'm flirting with men. I don't even know how to flirt. Okay, yes, I can have a conversation. Yes, I can interact with you and respond rationally if you ask me something, or let's say I need directions, or I'm trying to find out where to go, or where is this in the store. That's not flirting. But the cruel Catholic MO is that they teach them to flirt. Everything they teach them is the opposite of what's in the everything that the Catholic Church teaches is opposite of what's in the Holy Bible, the New Testament. So those people should not be making a decision for me. They need to be saying, I recuse myself. I'm not practicing that person's religion, and I need to recuse myself. But that's not what's happening. The person that's a pervert, the person that would use people, the people that believe in human trafficking, the people that believe in human sacrifice, they would have sex with somebody and use them for a thrill. It just stopped again. So the people who would use people, the people who believe in human trafficking, the people who would use somebody for sex and then that's a thrill to them, those are the people that are trying to stop me. And so it's too dangerous for even people to come here to this area. And I've talked about this on my Facebook. People that I've known from New Zealand, they were harassed, and I didn't know how to help them. I didn't even think that it was like there was a organized group of people here in the community that were targeting Christians. I didn't know it. But you talk about terrorism here against Protestant Christians. Well, why does the President of the United States, Donald Trump, have warnings, travel warnings, and also denying Somalia from coming to the United States, when we're having the same issues right here in California and right here in Contra Costa County? that terrorism against Protestant Christians who are actually practicing from the New Testament are being destroyed right here, terrorized right here in Contra Costa County, losing everything. And so they want me out in the street again because I'm a Christian. I didn't do one thing to the vet practice, Encina Veterinary Clinic, Encina Veterinary Hospital. I didn't do one thing to the judges down there at the courthouse. I was standing there waiting to get my case heard, studying studiously for hours on end. And then I would prepare for the hearings. But these women at the courthouse were sexualizing me and degrading me as if they were raping me in their head. And then they were taking out their aggressions on me right there at the courthouse. But I didn't understand what was going on. Nobody said out loud to me. There was no sign on the front door that said, danger, sex addicts operate this government entity. Okay, nothing like that was there. I didn't know that there were cruel Catholic MOers at the legal system who were sexualizing and degrading females. I had no idea. But the result is that's what they did. And I'm living proof of it. And they're still trying to do that to me. And they're working right there at the Contra Costa County Housing Authority. They're working there at the VA clinic and housing VASH at the right down the street on House Street. And what am I supposed to do? Okay, I need help. My camera has adjusted, so let's see if I can fix that here. Let's see if I can fix that. Okay, so as you can see, I have my t-shirt on, and it says "Demand Justice for Us," and I put my website on there. I don't know how much they blocked me. I don't know how much the government has taken down my ability to post to the public. I just don't know. I know that when I responded to Patch, when I emailed them through their online contact portal, asking them please return my Patch 5 article to me, they wouldn't do it. And they told me you need to make sure that you referenced your sources, which I did. You need to use your real name and update your photo profile, and I did that. There's one more thing that they asked. I can't remember right now, but all things were done. They never responded back. But when I updated my profile photo, because it was Stella right here, Stella right here, it said fake on the link, that when you update the photo on their website, on the patch.com website, it showed up as fake photo something. I don't understand how to I guess they call that a photo address, and I don't know how to change that or how it got in there. Apparently they did that on my iPhone. I need help. If somebody could just please help me. There were more victims at the Encina, and I don't know what happened to those victims either. Mr. and Mrs. Fluharty were obliterated. Dan O'Malley lied, set Mr. Fluharty up, lied in the contract. I got a copy of that contract, and I did post it on my Facebook. I don't know if you can see it or not. I don't know. Not one investigator, not one government investigator or media investigator has contacted me to even look at any of the evidence. Instead, they're just calling me fake, whatever this term is, I guess, that they're using now. Trump keeps using it. Oh, you're fake, and you're fake, and you're fake, and I'm real. I'm the real deal. I'm the victim. But they keep shutting me up, trying to kill me off. And I know they must have went after my family. My father's dead now. I don't know why they would go after them. They have nothing to do with this. It's so sad. And I don't know if they went after my middle sister, who's just a quiet, considerate, thoughtful kind of person, married with children. I don't know why they would go after her either. I just feel horrible about how this government could claim that they're safe for people to travel here when they would put up that Somalia and North Korea are so dangerous that we shouldn't be even, that we should not even allow them into this country. They have people in the government that are terrorizing victims like myself. So please, somebody help me. I'm at 1624 LaSalle Street in Martinez, California, United States, 94553. I do have an iPhone. The number is area code 925-207-6458, but I don't even know if your phone call can come through, okay? They keep intercepting my devices, and my iPad has been, I don't know how they get in there, but again, that has been affected, and I don't even go on the Facebook Messenger because something was happening there. They were sending me a lot of porn, and which is so absurd. It just tells you, if those were coming from from the U.S. government, I'm just appalled. And so, why these doctors would go along lying about me and my mental health? I was just living my life. I enjoy being at home. Naturally, I'm artistic, and when you are artistic and you want to build things or do artwork, you don't go walking around and trying to walk and paint at the same time, meeting people in your short shorts with your cleavage showing and with makeup on, and saying I'd charge $25 an hour for a blowjob. I'm just sickened by what these government officials are doing. I just sickened. This man at the vet practice, Dr. Roger Johnson, is a human trafficker. I have no idea how many of those interns were targeted, or the young people that were working there, or his clients, how many he was targeting for sex favors. I don't know. But they are hiding this information from you. It's that unsafe. It is that unsafe. It is that dangerous right here in Contra Costa County, California, in the San Francisco Bay Area. So this video is about 33 minutes long. And again, I just don't know how else to get the help I need, because the U.S. government keeps trying to stop me from seeking help. Just please, somebody help me. Somebody please help me.